Connecting AssetAccountant to Microsoft Dynamics Business Central is as simple as finding us in the Azure Marketplace by searching for AssetAccountant or Fixed Asset Depreciation or Lease Accounting and clicking on Get It Now. Once you do this, we'll provision a complete asset register that's already synced to Microsoft Dynamics Business Central, saving you a huge amount of effort. And we can now look at the 4 different ways that we connect with Microsoft Dynamics. The first thing that we'll have a look at is our asset groups. So what we're looking at here is a complete fixed assets register divided into multiple different asset groups such as buildings, computer equipment, furniture and fittings, and so forth. By clicking on the pencil icon, we can look at the settings for those individual groups. And aside from setting our default tax and accounting treatment for these groups, we can see that we're also connecting to the general ledger accounts within Microsoft Dynamics Business Central. And we can then edit those to suit ourselves. And we'll see that we're actually pulling in the entire chart of accounts, and we can make the appropriate mappings against each group. So we can set up settings for depreciation, revaluations and impairments, leases to suit yourself. So we'll just exit out of that and return to our general assets screen. The second way that we connect to Microsoft Dynamics is we sync what we call classifications to Microsoft Dynamics Business Central dimensions. So in this case, we can see that we've already mapped dimensions called area, business group, and department. We take Microsoft Dynamics Business Central as the source of truth, and we prompt you to sync these so that we make sure that we're always up to date with the Microsoft Dynamics Business Central dimensions. Going through this process is as simple as clicking on Edit Mappings, making sure that you're satisfied with each of these individual mappings, clicking on Save, and now that we know that our dimensions are up to date. The next thing we'll look at is the Add Assets screen. So there are a number of different ways to add assets. We can do this manually, we can do this using bulk file import methods, or we can actually identify new fixed assets within Microsoft Dynamics Business Central by polling the clearing accounts. So in this case, we can see that we've identified a brown leather couch, an iPhone 13, and an office chair. We might just choose to create the iPhone 13 within AssetAccountant. We pulled in all the information that we can find from Microsoft Dynamics Business Central. We might just alter this code to use our own automatically generated asset code. And the only other choice that we need to make in this setting is to choose the appropriate group to apply this to. So we might log iPhone 13 under computer equipment. We're then given the default tax and accounting treatment for this particular asset. We can search for assets within the ATO tax rulings as well. So if I just do a quick look for mobile phone, I can see that I've found telephony mobile phones. They're suggesting 3 years at either a diminishing value rate of 66% or a prime cost rate of 33%. We might choose to apply that and override our default computer equipment rate. And we can see that we've now pulled that in to the asset. Once we've done this, we can simply click on Save, and that asset has now been committed to the register. If we search for it, we can see that it's already depreciating and it's ready to be journaled. So that's as simple as it is to add new assets as we go along. And the final way that we communicate with Microsoft Dynamics is by posting journals back to Microsoft Dynamics. So we'll have a quick look at the journals area. We'll create our first journal, and we might run this up to the 30th of November, 2023. We can choose to include additions, disposals, depreciations and valuations, lease movements and adjustments. It's entirely up to you. We're just going to create a journal for everything. Simple as that. And once we've reviewed the journal and we're satisfied with the contents, we simply choose to post to Microsoft Dynamics Business Central. Again, we get to choose exactly which transactions we'd like to post. And again, we're going to choose all of them. And we can see that we've successfully posted the journal to Microsoft Dynamics Business Central. We can then view this in Microsoft Dynamics Business Central. We'll just refresh our journal screen. And we can see that we now have AssetAccountant movements for the 30th of November 2023. We'll dig into that journal, and we can see that we've got everything coming across as expected. And it's really just that simple. Once again, you can find us in the Microsoft Azure Marketplace under AssetAccountant, Fixed Asset Depreciation, or Lease Calculations. Click on Get It Now, and you can try a 30-day free trial